Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here today. We're going to go ahead and start with the assistance of Councilman Munoz, Maestro. If you can help us with the prayer.
Santa Cruz de Tiagacha de Tiempo, Soco Siata, Soco Espíritu Santos, Ave María Purísima. Señor Celestial, hoy en este día de San José María Escriba, que nos sigue dando ese santo alivio, santa bendición y protección, especialmente a todas las familias que han perdido a un ser querido. Ánimas ellos, ánimas de oro, fidelem difuntarum, ánimas per misericordia requies cantin pace. Amén. Pater noster, Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, santificado sea tu nombre. Vénganos tu reino, hágase, Señor, tu voluntad en la tierra como en el cielo. El pan nuestro de cada día, danos hoy, pero nuestras ofensas, así como perdonamos nos ofenden. No lo deje caer en tentación, mas líbranos, Señor, de todo el mal. Amén. Dios te salve María, llena eres de gracia, el Señor es contigo. Bendita tú eres entre todas las mujeres, y bendito es el fruto de vientre Jesús. Santa María, Madre de Dios, ruega, Señora, por él, por nosotros pecadores, ahora en la hora de nuestra muerte. Amén. Santa Cosita, cáchate tiempo, socosiata, soco Espíritu Santos. Ave María Purísima, Ave María Purísima, Ave María Purísima. Bendito, alabado sea el Santísimo Sacramento del altar. La bendición de Dios Padre, Dios Hijo, Dios Espíritu Santos. Amén. Empieza.
Muchas gracias, Muñoz. If we can get a roll call, we actually call this meeting to order anyways.
Chairman Hernandez. Vice Chairman Igopicio. Secretary Alvarez, absent and excused. Treasurer Cupis, absent and excused. Councilmember Flores.
Here.
Councilwoman Frias.
Here.
Councilwoman Alvarez Gomez.
Here.
Councilwoman Gonzalez, I'm present. Councilman Munoz.
Here.
Councilman Saldana is absent and excused, and Councilwoman Sanchez.
Here.
8 present, we make quorum, Chairman.
Okay, thank you. Can we get approval of June 12, 2025 Tribal Council minutes?
Make a motion to accept June 12, 2025 minutes.
Motion of approval of Tribal Council minutes for June 12, 2025. Motion made by Councilman Munoz and second by Vice Chairman Igopicio. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion passes with 8.
Thank you. We'll go ahead and move on to action item number 4. I'll go ahead and start. So as you all know that we are going into a new budget season. I'm asking that all directors get prepared for all the changes that will be needed. We continue seeking their support in trying to help us prepare for the future. We are sitting here waiting to see what the budget of this administration, of the Trump administration, is, how it's going to affect us. I know their budget season was going to be approved by July 1st, so we would not know exactly what's going to be affected until then. But preparation is always the key to stay on top of everything that we're doing. We are monitoring a lot of the grants that are being affected. We are working together as a council collaboratively to be able to assist and continue all programs and not needing to close anything down. But at this point, I think we are in a good spot, and we're going to continue to work forward to be able to assist and accommodate anybody that gets affected by these administration decisions that are being made. At this point, I do appreciate all members and online and that are in here for the assistance that we're moving forward on the constitutional reform. I know that we have gotten good feedback on it. We will continue, and Mr. Rolando Flores, councilman, will be giving a little bit more of an update in regards to the constitutional reform and for us to continue with it. But as far as right now, I think that's all I got to report to you all. We will continue work as a council. We will try to accommodate. I do want to congratulate all the GED graduates that are going to be graduating, or that have graduated, and the ones in Guadalupe tonight. As far as that, I think that's all we can. I'm going to mention. We're going to go ahead and start from left to right. Thank you.
Good afternoon, or actually good morning, community and people that are listening online. My name is Herminia Frias, one of your tribal council members. I just want to begin by sending my thoughts and condolences and prayers to our community members and families that have lost loved ones, or for the people that need our prayers and support during difficult times. And I'm going to try to keep my report very short, because I do have a meeting right after this meeting. So just a few things that I wanted to mention is that you may have seen on social media about our Rising Stars mobile unit that is been out and about. We had it over at the University of Arizona, and we had it yesterday in Guadalupe, and today it's going to be at the Wellness Center. This is a mobile lab that we plan to invest in the future in collaboration with the University of Arizona. Well, actually, they are doing it. We're working with them to develop a indigenous science curriculum based on our indigenous knowledge. And the real goal of this is to help our students from a very young age, starting from middle school, even primary grades, but middle school and high school, get them engaged in health and STEM fields so that we can start filling some of those professional positions that need to be filled, like doctors and pharmacists and nurses and even biomedical engineering. There's a lot of great things that can happen, but exposure is really important for our young people to understand that they can do this, and they definitely have the knowledge to do this kind of stuff. So continue to encourage them and create these types of opportunities is really important, and this is one of the areas that I've been working very closely with the university and through the Rising Stars program, and also it is an NIH-funded program. So we're hearing a lot about some of the funds that are getting cut from the federal government. NIH has been one that has been targeted in reducing the amount of funds that are going to them. So it's another reason why we need to continue to advocate for continued funding and for the federal government to understand trust responsibility and federal government to government responsibility. Right after this, I have another meeting with the CDC. I also sit on their TAC, the Tribal Advisory Council, which we're also experiencing a lot of potential cuts and areas that we need to pay attention to, because we do also get some funding from CDC, either currently or in the past. Some of the past funding has been around public health readiness and helping us to get our public health accreditation, and also through our prevention work, through the Good Wellness, it's a GWAC. GWIC. I don't remember exactly the words, but it's basically good wellness in Indian country. So those are the kinds of things that we need to stay on top of in a meeting that I have to go to immediately after this council meeting. The other thing that I wanted to share is that, speaking of wellness, is tomorrow the Health Department is hosting a wellness conference. It's going to be over at Casino del Sol. Please come and join us. We'll be there all day. Information is posted on our social media, so if you can check it out, it would be great to see you. It's always a huge success, and it's going to be one day, so if you can come out, that would be awesome. And then tonight, they're also having a cool-down activity over at the pool and at the Wellness Center, so, you know, get your kids out and let them have a good time, because they deserve that. The other thing that I wanted to mention is that both Councilwoman Sanchez and myself will not be here at the next council meeting because we are attending a tribal consultation with Department of Health and Human Services up in Phoenix. Again, very important because we have to, it's the proposed budget and some of the areas that they're looking at consolidating within Department of Health and Human Services, so we will be there. And I want to mention early voting and the special election that's coming up for the primary, which is on July 15th. But early voting has begun. And so if you are getting your ballots in the mail in that green envelope, please make sure that you fill it out and send it in. Primaries are really important. As you've seen, we've a lot of candidates running on both sides, Republican and Democrat. So it's important that you pick your candidate so that they can make it onto the next ballot in September. Early voting has started all throughout Arizona, and you may or may not know this, but we have vote centers, so you can virtually vote anywhere you want. We will have a vote center here in Pascua on July 11th, so for the early voting. So if you want to vote in person and actually fill out a ballot, or if you just want to drop off your ballot, you can do that here on the reservation, and it's going to be at the tribal chambers this time. I know in the past we've moved it over to the health department at the wellness center, but right now our elders are using it. So we will be the voting will be over at our tribal chambers. And that is all I have to report for now. Thank you.
Justin Chanieva, Kechimalea, Inepo Gloria Alvarez Gomez. Good morning to everyone and to everyone online, especially our brothers and sisters, todos los pueblos en Sonora. Espero que estén en buen salud. I'll also keep mine short. Have Ricky that will probably be presenting as well for housing updates. Just wanted to remind everyone to keep hydrated. And, you know, it's a lot of heat out there. We have great programs that are going on and that our children continue to stay active in. So make sure we stay hydrated. We're working on cooling stations to make sure and ensure that our tribal members around the community have a safe place to cool off, drink water. You know, it's customary for us to offer that cup of water. I don't know if anybody wants coffee when it's hot, and some do, but, you know, let's be mindful of those that are, you know, don't have a safe place and need to just cool off for a little bit. So we ask the directors, you know, to be, you know, kind and open and offer them that water. If you need assistance, please let us know. Also, reminder to sign up for the member portal. If you haven't done so already, please continue to sign up and check the website, social media, so we can do the member portal sign up. Councilwoman Frias touched on the register to vote, and she will be out there at our Little League games as well. You know, any event, any chance that you get, try to find someone. Are you registered to vote? Because it does matter. So make our voices heard. Lastly, I just want to thank all the youth that are involved in the different programs. You know, we talk about these children are our future, and it's up to them to decide to take that initiative and register for the different programs. I've got to meet a bunch of youth that are working either out of SEED or WIOA that are doing their internships, so it's good to see them out there. You know, some of them didn't have a choice. Their parents said, you better go work. But they're having fun. So the ones that I've got to meet, thank you. We've had recent Youth Culinary Club also starting up with David Salazar at Casino del Sol. Yesterday he had about 18 youth show up. So, you know, it's good to see them getting involved. And the parents, thank you for, you know, registering them, because it does matter. We have to, you know, give them that path and those guidelines. Hey, go try this, even though you might not like it. So the Wellness Center, all the programs that they offer today, they're having a cooling event as well at the gym. So get on out there. They have the bounce house. And then also, of course, any sports, you know, that are taking up kids. I'll always advocate for sports. I love sports, whether it's volleyball, cycling, Little League, of course, and football. We have a lot of football kids out there that are, you know, in the field, and it looks good to see that these facilities are being utilized. And to that, thank you to facilities for maintaining those fields, you know, and keeping the area safe. So we appreciate that. Lastly, I want to just make sure we have our blessings given out to the youth and the young adults traveling to Unity. We have a large group that are going out there, as well as the chaperones. You know, make us proud, go out there, learn something new, and represent the tribe. And good luck to Amaya Escalante that was seeking a seat to represent the tribe and herself at Unity. So that's all I have for today. Thank you.
Thank you, and good morning, everyone, here in person and online. I wanted to mention that the first round of meetings for the Constitutional Reform Project have been completed, and that the second round of meetings are going to start very soon, Monday, July 7th. We're going to go ahead and do the same rotation with the community. So for the second round, we are going to offer 2 meetings per week for each community. So for example, here in New Pascua, we're going to meet Monday, July 7th, and then that Saturday, I think it's July 12th. It'll be an opportunity for community members who can't attend during the week to come in on the weekend, and vice versa. We did have between 230 and 240 individuals attend the first round of meetings, and so we're hoping that we get even more participation. Our IT department is working with us to have virtual meetings as soon as possible. And over the next couple of months, the members who express interest and have been accepted to be on the committees or the committee, just an FYI, the council is going to start leaning on you individuals to start facilitating and actually leading the meetings. Some of the large-scale issues that we've started to discuss are just for us to kind of initiate any conversation we have about the Constitution. I encourage everyone to read the document and submit any questions, comments to us. Based on whatever comments or questions we receive, we're going to work with our attorney's office to produce videos that'll be like educational, or that will answer specific questions. Those videos we hope to put up onto the membership portal so that people can review on their own time. I think at this point, we are looking forward to all of the interaction with members of the community, and any kind of progress we make, we will report, mostly in the membership portal, but also during the tribal council meetings. So thank you, everyone, for all the participation so far. Look forward to hearing from you in the future. Thank you.
Buenos dias. Good morning, Lieutenant Chaneo. On behalf of all our members throughout, los que viven lejos de California, los que viven en Guadalupe, Pénjamo, Hightown, Coolidge, Casa Grande, Guadalupe, Marrana, Rillito, los que vienen del Pascua Viejo, los que vienen de la 39, y también los de aquí del Pascua, y todos los 8 pueblos. I was over there this weekend. I was invited to go to the Fiesta of San Juan. Beautiful fiesta, and one of the things that stood out for me in that fiesta, not only the invitation by the oficios there, some of the members that come to our villages here with Capitan Chico Valencia and some of the committees here were actually very excited to know, hey, at least somebody came from way over there. And I attended, you know, and was there in the dirt, me and my son, Peter Jr. But the amazing thing about it was there's plenty of elders, of course, but the youth. There was pascolas there, about 15 of them, 12 of them, taking turns dancing. One of them, we call him El Vichito, which is Adrian El Vichi Moro Chapaeca for us at Opascua. His son is dancing. He started dancing, I think, in Opascua, right, Chico? And then from there, he continues over there. So it's nice to know that they're continuing all the traditional ways of being. What they do is that the river right now is dry, so what they do is dam it up a little bit and fill it with water, and they have a procession at 4 in the morning to the river to get blessed in that little pool they create there. And it's a beautiful scene with all the ribbons and all the festive way of that community celebrates Fiesta de San Juan, which is for the rains, to bring the rains, to bless us with rain, water. And that was so beautiful. We give thanks to all our council, all our members that still drop by and go once in a while to some of these fiestas. I know the next one is Fiesta de la Loma, and we wish them good luck and safe travels over there, and that's also a beautiful fiesta. And then after that, they invited some of us, whoever wants to go, to the Fiesta de Carmen in Guasimas. I think that's what they have it, right, Chico? And then over there in Bataconcica, I think that's where they have it. So, and I know they were asking about the baseball teams and softball teams. Unfortunately, right now it's starting to look not too good because we had a waiver for a long time. Remember, Chico, on the permitting and Mari? But now they're actually asking $1,000 per person to cross the border, which is very expensive now. So that's where it's at right now, on hold and thought. But still to this day, when I start thinking of the travel initiatives and WITI compliant and all, we've done our part on our side. On that side of that way over there, we need a little bit of help, and we need people from Homeland Security and all that to help us out, like the way they used to, but they're not doing that. So other than that, that's sort of my report to you of what's going on. We do wish all the GED and all the graduates that graduated this year from high school, college, junior highs, elementaries. I know they get promoted, not graduate, somebody scolded me, but it's still a step forward. But also I wanted to thank, the chairman gave me this, and he says, our financial audit just ended, and it looks starting to look pretty good. And I think, Jason, kudos to all the staff there. That's what it says right here. I think you did it in record time this time. So that's an amazing feat to do. That means that throughout the year, you're holding people accountable, and things are happening the way they should, when you should be closing out books a few weeks after the month. You know, that's what it means. And then also, the fourth quarter, and then the forecasts of the budgets and all that, this is our last quarter of the year, fiscal year, that ends in September. So everybody watch your spending, and Jason tightened the belt a little bit, because we don't even know what they're doing from the White House down. I know there's a commercial out there for American Furniture that says terror-free inventory, which I started laughing because, I mean, people are getting charged more for a lot of things, and you might not have the supplies in hand. And then we're starting to work on recognition, and recognition is so important. You know, September 18th, 1978 is the day that we signed and became a recognized Native American tribe through the feds, and it's an important date. I know that Yaquis have been Yaquis forever and ever, and some of them felt we never needed recognition, but to get support from the federal government, you actually do have to be recognized. There are many tribes that haven't achieved that, so I give everybody credit, all the way down to that first group called the PYA that established some of the ground rules. You know, Don Anselmo, my tío Jerry Estrella, Justo Estrella, Joaquina Araiza, Joaquina Garcia, the Peña family was in that picture, and there's a lot of them. I have that picture in my office of the original PYA members, Pascua Yaqui Association. When they went forth with Mo Udall, well, who are the Yaquis? And that was it. And that's who the members of the PYA. And then later on, they went on this, I guess you would say, quest. And I remember ourselves coming to our house and asking for signatures to be part of the new way of looking at and be looking for recognition in the Constitution. I think Ms. Campoy, you were part of that, I think. You probably helped Anselmo a little bit on all that stuff. So I know that he looked for help throughout the communities, all the way from Guadalupe to Bengamo and all the villages here. So I'm glad they were able to achieve all that stuff. Of course, some people didn't want to be part of the recognition, and they were afraid. They were afraid of being put in a desolate land, in a land with no water and stuff, like you see in the cowboy movies, where they throw the poor tribes out there and maybe throw a cow once in a while out there. But it didn't happen like that. I mean, we were just too strong and too powerful when you start looking at our traditional ways of surviving in the desert. So that I give credit to all our ancestors and all the people. For us, I think we keep losing some of our elders, and our language seems to be going. So hopefully language and culture will kick it in and start having our language and culture classes, and then be vigilant about how we start teaching our youth on how to make sure that we have our customs and language and traditions, continue on forever. So other than that, thank you very much. God bless you guys, and thank you for being here. Be careful of the heat. It's not over with yet. And then drink plenty of water and make sure that this summer doesn't cause a lot of problems for us. So thank you. Thank you, Councilman Chairman.
Thank you. Good morning, Leosin Chaniabu, Quechamalea, Councilwoman Andrea Gonzalez. I also want to extend my sincerest condolences to families that have lost a loved one, a friend, and those who are still in mourning. I hope you find peace in sending prayers out to you all. So last Monday, 2 Mondays ago, June 16th, we had a ICWA Awareness Day, as was previously mentioned at the last council meeting. So we actually had it Monday, June 16th, up at the Capitol. So our ICWA committee here with Councilwoman Sanchez, myself, Secretary Alvarez, Councilman Flores, and Councilwoman Alvarez Gomez, and our fabulous team that we have here with the AG's office, Domingo de Gracia, and others, Chris and Marisa. But it was a very productive day. We got to meet with some senators and representatives. It's my understanding that all of the Democratic senators were present. We were able to give information about ICWA, what it means to us, what it means to Native tribes, Native peoples, and Native children's and families. And they had very good questions for us so that were able to answer. And just really happy that we were able to join with other agencies also as well who also find ICWA to be important and significant. And I think the biggest takeaway is that this is a continued process. We've come a long way, still lots of work to be done. So it was really exciting to have everyone come to the table, including Governor Lewis also accompanied us there on this day. So again, so going on this week, Sewausim Health Department, they are having a youth GONA conference. GONA is gathering of Native Americans. For those who may not know, I'm new to it as well. So GONA is a cultural-based planning process where community members gather to address community-identified issues. And in this time, it can be for adults, but this time it's youth GONA, and it's an interactive approach empowering our youth on 4 different themes: belonging, mastery, interdependence, and generosity. But again, it's a culture-based planning where they identify issues within our communities, whether it's the tribal communities or different outside Yaqui communities, or the greater Tucson community. But as our future leaders, I think this is a great opportunity to have our youth discuss and have a platform, have a space to be able to discuss those issues that they're very aware of. I was not surprised, but I was happily able to witness some of the engagement that our youth are participating in. And there was just, you can see it. You walked into, they're over at the Del Sol, and you can walk into the room, you can see their work, they have pictures, they have wordings, and it's very much a working group. And thank you to the staff that are putting it on. the students are highly engaged, and I can't wait to see what's to come out of it. And hopefully it's something that the tribe can offer and Gona can offer moving forward. It's a great opportunity. So I did want to share that. Also, yesterday I was happy to be able to attend TUSD summer graduations. So that was a really beautiful ceremony. Tomorrow in Tempe Union will be having their summer graduations there at Marcos de Niza. But it was a beautiful message. These students didn't meet the final end requirement in May, but that is not the focus. The most important thing and the beautiful messaging that was shared not only by TUSD staff and by the student speaker was stories of strength, perseverance, and those sticking with it, those continued efforts despite any life or academic challenges. So I'm really proud of those students that stuck with it and they completed. So just sharing that message for them to take pride in how far they come and have faith in how far they can go. The same with our GED graduates. They may not be our traditional students, or they're not because they didn't continue through the traditional schooling system and complete 4 years of high school, but that doesn't minimize their efforts and the impacts, and it is a high school equivalency, and it's just as powerful as the high school diploma. So I just want to commend those graduates. The Tucson graduate speakers, GED speakers here were amazing. Again, stories of perseverance and strength and overcoming life's challenges and sticking with it, coming back, whether it's after a month, 2 months, or after having a job, or maybe after having a baby, or after overcoming some huge life challenges. It's just, we take so much pride in those students' accomplishments as well. So, and tonight, this evening, we get to celebrate, as Chairman mentioned, our Guadalupe adult education graduates. So we have that to look forward to tonight. And with that, one last thing. Tomorrow is the 2025 Pascua Yaqui Tribe Wellness Conference. You may have seen it posted up on our social media and websites. Dr. Renteria mentioned this morning that they have about 400 registrants, and there is still room for some walk-in registrations. If you weren't able to, I don't think the Google form online works, but you can walk in tomorrow morning and register between 8 and 8:45, and that is at the Del Sol, Casino Del Sol, ballroom C, D, and E. Some interesting sessions here. There's the keynote address, the role of the desert, spices and chronic diseases. So that one seems interesting. Nutrition, comfort and healing, a lot of great sessions, but also youth sessions. So this is not just an adult wellness conference, but there is a youth component. So please bring along those students or young adults who may be interested as well. And then for those, the health department has really been putting a big outreach to our Guadalupe community. They are providing a bus to come from Guadalupe. So I believe there is still space to get a ride over to it's a one-day conference tomorrow. So if you're interested, I don't have the direct line, but 520-879-6000 is the health department. If you're interested in attending, please reach out to the health department and get your free transportation out from Guadalupe. So with that, I'll end there. Thank you, Chairman.
Buenos días, me da gusto en saludarlos una vez más. Los acompaño a las personas, familias que han perdido sus ser queridos. Los acompañamos en su sentimiento y mandando muchos rezos para sus familias, para que estén en buena salud. Just outreach also to the families that have lost. There are many of people that I've worked with and that I know, and I'm sending my sincere condolences to the families. Again, we're celebrating, well, 1 year of being on council. Yay. We have a really good time with the young people and trying to understand them, and because I'm still old school and trying to catch up to them, or they gotta catch up to me because I have more experience. A lot of times it's like, come on, let's go. So I got in the car and we ended up at Guadalupe, and they gave us a proclamation where the town has accepted the ICWA, which is really important, the Indian Child Welfare Act. So they've dedicated that for us, and we're looking at, as a committee member, in getting the rest of the tribes here in Arizona to sign up, and we're almost there. I have another one for the early voting, but they already mentioned that. But to encourage the young people to become voters and see how we can do with that. We had coffee with the candidates at the, I still call it the Hohokam, or the Tribal Annex, on a Saturday morning. So they came out and spent some time and were very gracious in their conversation with us. So hopefully you'll go out and vote. Oversight committees, there's many of those, and I'm learning a lot about, especially now with the budgets. I'm kind of a miser and careful how we spend money, which is different to the younger people. Sorry, younger people. But we've always looked at making sure that we have a little bit in reserve. The other thing that for the senior center, we have the bus that's on its way. I don't know how soon it'll get here, but it is approved, and also a van. So it'll be a bus, 40 people, and a 10 passenger van that's already on its way. Let's see here. We wrote the articles for the Yaqui Times, so heads up on that one. And that's it for now. We have lots more to work on and discuss, and it's an exciting time because everybody likes to see the budgets, and hopefully everything's going to work out with the decisions that other people make in the in the Arizona. So stay in touch and vote, and make sure that you stay aware. Thank you. Oh, we talked about the dogs and or the elders who had a lot of things to say about the dogs. So hopefully that something's going to be resolved, because there are people that are getting hurt in our community. So it takes a whole village to kind of see about the dogs now, because there's different ideas on how to help with that situation. But thank you.
Good afternoon. So they were talking about hydrating and make sure you all hydrate, and there's some off-color people that still are drinking coffee even though it's hot. That's kind of how the mayores would always say, well, if you're hot because you're not drinking coffee and eating caldo. And I was like, oh my gosh, who wants to do that? But I still do it. I did want to share that kind of Vice Chairman touched on. If you've never been to the Ocho Pueblos. I had the pleasure years ago because my Nino Rosario that confirmed me as a maestro lived in La Guasimas. So I participated in Fiesta La Carmen, and that was mind-blowing. That was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen because they bring La Virgen from, and they call pangas in the boats, and they bring her in, and it's a whole entourage, and you walk from the pier all the way to the church, and it was just something that I had never experienced before. It was just huge. The whole community goes out there. All the fiestas there are beautiful, and really they're meaningful because they're praying, all the alabanzas, all the prayers, all the time, the Santo Sacrificio, all that goes into receiving blessings. But if you ever do get a chance, please look at the Fiesta La Carmen in Las Guasimas. That's just absolutely beautiful. But like I said, all of them are beautiful. Something I did kind of want to touch on, since it was touched on, is the wellness conference. So the wellness conference, I just want to give a real brief touch on it. Because I was part of it used to be a men's conference first and then a women's conference. So the men's conference was really the two big, or there was several people, but Mr. Reuben Howard at the time really gave the support financially. And the individuals that really spearheaded was Councilman Flores' father, Richard, Alex Alvarez, my father, and Reuben. And they really saw a need because there was a lot of men passing on, whether it be by Hep C, renal failure, lung failure, whatever it was. They just saw that male adults were just leaving. They weren't even making 50. They were dying at 30s, their 40s, and they really wanted to put a strong message out there saying, we care about you. We want you to be successful in this life. So they created a lot of the slots to educate, to empower, to get you going. And then the women's conference was the same. The women's conference was one that really celebrated the mother, celebrated the nana, and really try to teach them how to be empowered. So later on in the years, Reuben combined them to do the family wellness because one of them, they just became so popular he couldn't afford to have two. So he put them together. But then in that message, it was like, we're bringing the male and the female together as a family unit, kind of like Councilwoman Gonzalez shared on. It's a family thing now. So it's family growth, it's family empowerment, and really the message behind it is being that close-knit community. So that's why it brings together as many communities as possible, because we're all one at the end of the day. And really, we have to see each other and care for each other in that way. And that was the big backbone message back then. And I know that I still carry it, even though I may not go as often as I used to. I remember all the hotels. I don't remember their names, but I remember the hotels we used to host them at because we didn't have a big enough area. And when we started having a big enough area, that's when I think, they were done here. And I'm glad, because then that way people can be closer to this area. So I just kind of wanted to give a little history on that, since I was a part of it, and give thanks to those that were there from the get-go. So thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right, thank you. And again, we do advise that you go and practice your voice by going out to vote. I know these shoes to fill on Grijalva's position is a big position, which the advocacy was there for Native Americans. And we hope that whoever gets that position continues to advocate for Native Americans. But the power of our voice is our vote. So I encourage everybody to go out to vote, to show that we are in the forefront to do the better decisions for the tribes. The other thing that I was gonna say, I've been out there to the Ocho Pueblos, and it is a beautiful thing. They just do things a little bit different. The food is different, and my wife can tell you that, because she had the toughest experience when she went. But other than that, it's a beautiful thing, and then showing how the people live out there. They may not have a lot, but they're happy, and that's what counts, and they respect their culture. So thank you very much. We'll continue to action item number 5, new business.
Going to talk about you. Good morning. I'm Milena Costa. I'm the Chief Prosecutor of the Pascua Yaqui Tribe. I just have a couple of announcements. One of them is at 2 p.m. We will do our prosecutor's office Facebook live stream, and we're happening to be talking with in the enrollment department and Ms. Nunez here to answer any questions people in the community might have about enrollment and some new things that are coming out, and that's at 2 p.m. this afternoon on Facebook Live. The second announcement is we've opened up registration for the Youth Justice Academy. We're so excited. Some youth have already signed up. It's a week-long program. It lasts from July 14th to the 18th. We have the FBI coming in, some courthouse dogs coming in, tours of the fire department and detention facilities, and it really opens up, I think, the eyes for some of the youth in the community. So that registration is open as well. Thank you.
Good morning, Tribal Council audience. Maricela Nunez with the Tribal Enrollment Office. I just want to make an announcement that the Enrollment Department rolled out a new member portal. We have pushed that out, various methods of communication through social media. We did the Nextel text messaging. But what I wanted to announce also is that it's on the tribe's website now. So if you go to pascuayaqui-nsn.gov, you'll see it on the landing page. So we're encouraging all tribal members to register for the portal, because this is where we're going to drive all of our information in a secure manner, and then primarily all the constitutional information will be driven through the portal, and the virtual meetings that were discussed early will also be driven through this portal. So it'll be very important for our adult tribal members to register. Should anybody need any assistance in registering, or they're having some trouble logging into the system, they can contact the enrollment department or our IT technical support, and we can assist with that. Thank you.
Good morning, Chairman, Tribal Council. I'm Ricky Vital, Executive Director of Housing. So I have a few announcements here. We are a hydration station. We are on the map for Pima County. So if you look us up, we're there already. We have water, other supplies as well. We are looking for water donations too. So if anybody wants to donate water. We have a home buying workshop this Saturday from 10 to 2 at the health building. Let me clarify, it's not a workshop to buy a home. It's just a workshop to the process on how to buy a house. We're not selling homes. We're not giving away homes. It's just the process on how to get a home. Our boarded up homes, we have quite a few that are in about 95% completed. Hopefully by mid-July, we should have a handful of them for move-ins to begin in August as well. Other than that, I believe that's all we got. Thank you.
Morning, Honorable Chairman, Tribal Council, community. We have our back-to-school event. Want to make sure people are aware of that. We have a back-to-school bash in Guadalupe on the 12th, which will start at 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. The next one will be here in New Pascua on the 19th, and that'll be 8:30 to 11:30. And then we'll do the 2nd of August at Ritchie in Old Pascua, and that'll be also 11:30 to, 8:30 to 11:30. We also want to make people aware that the voucher program is open. It'll run through August. And at the same time, our Tribal Youth Council is taking applications through July 27th. Thank you.
Good morning, council and community. Annette Leyva, Tribal Administrator. At this time, we'd like to move the next slide to introducing the Employee and Director of the Month. For the Employee of the Month, I'd like to invite Mr. Tino Valencia up.
Good morning, buenos días, yo soy Chañabu, Quechelea. Valentino Valencia with the IT department. I'm standing in for Barbara Macias, who is not able to be here today. She wanted me to read this message on behalf of the IT department, on behalf of her. It's kind of lengthy, so bear with me. The Information Technology Employee of the Month nominee. It is with great pride and appreciation that I nominate Angel Lopez for recognition of his outstanding service, dedication, and contributions as a web developer. For 20 years, Angel has been an integral part of our organization, consistently demonstrating exceptional technical expertise, initiative, and deep commitment to supporting our mission. He maintains our website with professionalism and precision, ensuring our online presence remains current, accessible, and reflect of the vibrant community we serve. Beyond his primary responsibilities, Angel goes above and beyond to support various departments with their web pages, adding, editing, and refining content with ease and efficiency. Angel's impact extends far beyond digital space. He actively supports numerous community events, particularly in the fields of photography, multimedia, generously lending his skills and time to ensure their success. His efforts often take place after hours, and his constant availability and positive attitude, even during off hours, have gone unnoticed. One of Angel's most notable recent accomplishments was his instrumental role in the design of the development of the Tribal Enhancement Card. The design of this card was complex and required careful integration of visual elements and high-level security features. Angel approached this project with dedication and innovation, helping bring the card to life in the way that honors its cultural and functional significance. Angel is the first to step forward when help is needed, always offering his time and talents with humility and a genuine spirit. He is self-motivated, often identifying tasks on his own based on community needs, and completes them with little to no supervision. His reliability, work ethic, and collaborative nature make him not only a valuable team member, but a respected and beloved presence in our workplace. For this unwavering dedication, technical excellence, and 20-plus years of service rooted in care, integrity, and heart, I wholeheartedly nominate Angel Lopez for this well-deserved recognition. Barbara Macias.
Well, I wasn't expecting this totally. They just told me to come and help, and aquí estoy, like always. But first and foremost, I want to say, pues yo sem chañabu, malam into achalim, sime yo tastia, ini anime taveja huma kaita tua eu ayo kenchim takapo, keche maleaka eu machuka inika taiwaitawea liota apo itom aita hapo na hu neane. And wow, so I've been with IT for 20 years. On an employee for almost 30 years. Next year I'll have 30. It's been a great journey, and this is something I didn't expect. You know, it's a blessing, but like Tino said, I'm always there to lend a hand in whichever way I can. One of my primary duties is to change the water jug at the office, so and I enjoy doing that too. But again, thank you very much. You guys have a good day. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations again to Mr. Lopez. It's really good to see sometimes that we have an opportunity to recognize staff that sometimes are behind the scenes and just help with operations versus, some folks that, are up in front, boots on the ground, and in front of community members all the time. So it's interesting to see that we also have a director that sometimes is not always on the front grounds, that we don't often see at events. However, this director is essential to our operations, to our enterprises, and she's kind of one of the guardian angels to help keep things safe, progressive, and going with our enterprise operations. So at this point in time, I'd like to invite Ms. Maria Lopez up. We're excited to recognize Maria Lopez as May's Director of the Month. She leads with confidence, a deep sense of responsibility to the tribe, whether coordinating state, federal regulations, or stepping in to support the casino. She brings in clarity, care, and action in every challenge. Her leadership is grounded in responsiveness, as the evidenced by her regular updates to Tribal Council, support to her department within the commitment of cross-department collaboration. Her commitment to transparency, accountability, and collaboration is evident in every communication and decision she makes. Please join us in welcoming Maria's outstanding leadership and dedication to the Pascua Yaqui tribe.
I guess this is Lopez month, huh? That's all right. Thank you very much. A lot of the things that we learn is from our leaders and you all sitting there and doing providing services to the community, to our employees, and always remembering them first. So thank you very much for everything that you do and support us to do our job. Thank you.
Thank you again, and congratulations for the ones that got employed in Director of the Month. We'll go ahead and move on to action item number 6, call to the audience. Nobody?
Good morning. Right now I'm kind of nervous, but my granddaughter, she wanted to come and meet you all, and she says, what do they do? And I go, well, they're here to help us in anything we need. So, but I'm here anyways, because, I feel that I have not been heard in my situation that has been going for so many years with the previous council and the present council. And I have complied with the last process that was offered by chairman. As of now, I have not received a response. I'm now asking for a meeting with the council for answers. I don't want to discuss this in front of the public because I feel it's like a personal matter. So I'm just here to ask for a formal meeting with you all. I know it's been hard. I've been bothering the executive secretary, the secretary. Now when they see me, they're like, oh, are you for that same problem? And I go, I'm sorry, I know, but I just want to be heard, and I want to be, I want a closure to my situation because it affects my grandkids, my children, and I really need answers. And I would really appreciate if I can. I've been trying to get a hold of you guys through emails and also phone calls, but I have not received no response. So if you can please set up a meeting as soon as possible.
Yeah, we're definitely go ahead and do that. We are in your situation. It's a little bit more like
Different.
difficult to answer these questions because we got to do our due diligence and look into the situation.
Yeah,
At this point, we have had internal audits get involved.
yes.
We are looking at stuff that we need to look at, and definitely we will be reaching out and we'll make that appointment for you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. Say thank you.
Thank you.
So we'll go ahead and move on to action number 7, first resolution.
Good morning, Chairman, Council, audience. The first resolution is the appointing Pablo Rivera as the Pima County Regional Affordable Housing Commission representative.
So resolution number C06-159-25, resolution of the Pascua Yaqui Tribe appointing Pablo Rivera to serve on the Pima County Regional Affordable Housing Commission.
Motion, second. Wait.
Motion by Vice Chairman Yucupicio, second by Councilwoman Alvarez Gomez. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any noes? Any abstain? Motion passes with 8 votes.
This next resolution is the submittal of the 2026 Indian Housing Plan, the IHP. There is no changes this year. We are working with Bluestone to make some modifications for next year as well.
Any questions? If not, resolution number C06-160-25. Resolution of the Pascua Yaqui Tribe authorizing the submission of the Pascua Yaqui Tribe's 2026 Indian Housing Plan for the Office of the Housing and Urban Development's Office of Native American Programs.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Alvarez Gomez and second by Vice Chair Yucupicio. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Motion passes with 8 count vote.
This next resolution is approving the construction agreement with GI Solutions for roof repairs at the Senior Living Complex, PY5.
If there's no questions, resolution number C06-161-25, resolution of the Pascua Yaqui Tribe approving a construction agreement with GI Solutions LLC for roof repairs of Senior Living Center in excess of $100,000.
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Alvarez Gomez, second by Councilwoman Sanchez. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Motion passes with 8 count vote.
This last resolution that I bring to you is ratifying the purchase of a vacant land located at 413 West 38th Street.
Any questions? Resolution number C06-162-25, ordinance 46-25. Resolution of the Pascua Yaqui Tribe ratifying the purchase of vacant land located at 413 West 38th Street, Tucson, Arizona 85713, and approving a related ordinance approving for a limited waiver of sovereign immunity.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Vice Chairman Yucupicio. Was that a second by Councilwoman Alvarez Gomez?
Yes.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion passes with 8 count vote.
Thank you.
Morning, Chairman, Tribal Council. First, I want to say thank you for that previous resolution. It means a lot to me personally, as a
We've been
Tropa
after that
member from
bar
San
forever,
Martin.
huh?
Now we just got to get that property between Compadre David Rivera's house and the church, and then, so thank you for that. That, as a member of the community, I say thank you for that. Our resolution that I'm presenting is going to be IGA, or MOU, basically between us and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives. It's to gain access to the E-Trace system. E-Trace system for the public is going to be, is a tool that law enforcement uses to track firearms that are being used to commit crimes. And it'll help us, give us another tool just to do our investigations.
If there are no questions, resolution number C06-163-25, resolution of the Pascua Yaqui Tribe approving an intergovernmental agreement or intergovernmental memorandum of understanding between the Pascua Yaqui Police Department and the U.S. Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives National Tracing Center to gain access to the E-Trace system. Motion by Councilman Munoz, second by Councilwoman Sanchez. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion passes with 8-count vote.
Thank you.
Hi there, good morning, council. This next resolution is for the prosecutor's office to submit for a grant, which will permit us to put on a domestic violence conference. It'll be our third one that we plan to put on.
If there are no questions, resolution number C06-164-25, resolution of the Pascua Yaqui Tribe authorizing the submission of a funding application to the Bureau of Indian Affairs Tribal Justice Support Award for the Awareness to Action Domestic Violence Conference. Is there a motion? Motion by Councilman Munoz, second by Councilman Alvarez Gomez. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Motion passes with the 8-count vote.
Thank you.
Good morning again, Chairman, honorable council members, Agustin Romero, Director of Education. This is resolution C06-165-25. This resolution is approving the earmark from the Grijalva funds that we applied for 2 years ago, originally under social services. And we want to, it'll give us the opportunity to continue phase 2 of the construction for the Early Learning Center. These dollars will be marked for that, that process and that opportunity. We want to thank the late Congressman for his work in supporting this effort, as well as Ruben Reyes from his office, who helped support us greatly through this process.
Thank you. If there are no questions, resolution number C06-165-25, resolution of the Pascua Yaqui Tribe accepting an FY 2024 community project funding grant B-24-CP-AZ-0066 in support of the Pascua Yaqui Tribe's Early Learning Child Care Center project and approving the related grant agreement between the Pascua Yaqui Tribe and the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Vice Chairman Yucupicio, and second by Councilman Flores. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion passes with an 8-count vote.
Thank you all.
Good morning, Chairman, Tribal Council, members of the audience. Shauna Saltola, representing the Health Department. This first resolution is a ratifying resolution with our partners Direct Relief, providing access to affordable medicines to individuals who can't afford health insurance and are uninsured. Direct Relief also donated a pharmacy refrigerator for the Guadalupe Health Center, and a contract is needed to proceed. Also approving an ordinance authorizing a limited waiver of sovereign immunity.
Okay, if there are no questions, resolution number C06-166-25, ordinance 47-25, resolution of the Pascua Yaqui tribe ratifying the execution of the U.S. Medical Products Donation Agreement between the tribe and Direct Relief to provided donation subscription and non-prescription pharmaceuticals, vouchers, equipment, and/or supplies, and approving an ordinance authorizing a limited waiver of sovereign immunity. Motion by Councilwoman Frias and second by Councilman Munoz. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion passes with 8 count vote.
Thank you, Council. The next resolution is approving Tribal Council to execute a contract between the tribe and El Rio Santa Cruz Neighborhood Health Clinics, Inc. The contract is to provide ambulatory services, medical and health care to our eligible tribal members. The contract is for a 3-year period starting on July 1st, 2025 to June 30th, 2028. Also authorizing a limited waiver of sovereign immunity.
Okay, if no questions, resolution number C06-167-25, ordinance 48-25, resolution of the Pascua Yaqui tribe approving the medical and healthcare services contract between the tribe and the El Rio Santa Cruz Neighborhood Health Centers, Inc. to provide medical and healthcare services at the Pascua Yaqui Health and Social Services Family Center and other El Rio locations, and approving an ordinance authorizing a limited waiver of sovereign immunity. Motion by Councilwoman Frias, second by Councilwoman Sanchez. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion passes with 8 count vote.
Thank you, Council.
Good morning, Chairman, Council, and community. This is Michael Priest with Social Services, and we're asking for approval for a large equipment rental for a project at Mochic Ranch for the CT clients, or students.
If there are no questions, resolution number C06-168-25, ordinance 49-25, resolution of the Pascua Yaqui tribe approving a rental agreement with Herc Rentals, Inc. with provisions for indemnification and approving an ordinance authorizing a limited waiver of sovereign immunity. Motion by Councilman Munoz, second by Councilwoman Alvarez Gomez. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion passes with 8 count vote.
Thank you.
Good morning, Chairman, Council, and Community. Jason Buckner, Executive Director of Finance and Operations. Before you today, the resolution we're presenting in partnership with the Economic Development Department is for the acceptance of the allocation agreement for the State Small Business Credit Initiative, which will be used to develop small businesses related to tribal members and Native-owned businesses. Here, it's in the amount of $4.6 million.
Okay, if no questions, resolution number C06-169-25, resolution of the Pascua Yaqui tribe approving a U.S. Department of Treasury State Small Business Credit Initiative allocation agreement and authorizing acceptance of state small business credit initiative funds dispersed pursuant to the allocation agreement.
Motion.
Motion by Vice Chairman Yucupicio, second by Councilwoman Alvarez Gomez. That was correct? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion passes with the 8-count vote.
Thank you, Council.
Good morning, Tribal Council, community members, directors, and those of you on Facebook. This specific resolution is to authorize an application for FTA to assist us in funding our Suntran ventures or our Suntran service here on Pascua.
If no questions, resolution number C06-170-25, resolution of the Pascua Yaqui Tribe authorizing the application for public transportation formula funding from the United States Department of Transportation, Federal Transit Authority, and if awarded, the acceptance of the funds for fiscal year 2025. Motion by Councilman Munoz, second by Councilman Flores. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion passes with the 8-count vote.
Thank you, Council. This next resolution is a ratifying resolution for a buyer-broker agreement with XP Realty to purchase a property located in the Old Pascua area.
If there are no questions, resolution number C06-171-25, resolution of the Pascua Yaqui Tribe ratifying and approving a buyer-broker exclusive employment agreement between EXP Realty acting through Adrian Moreno and Steve Washburn and approving an ordinance providing a limited waiver of sovereign immunity.
Motion.
Motion by Vice Chairman Yucupicio, seconded by Councilwoman Sanchez and Flores, but for the record, it'll be Sanchez. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion passes with 8-count vote.
Thank you, Council.
Resolution number C06-172-25 has been pulled. So on to the next one.
Morning, Chairman, council members, community members. My name is Miguel Escamilla, General Manager, Casino del Sol. This resolution in front of you is authorizing the casino to enter to an agreement with Houston Productions for a concert excess of $300,000. It would be for this concert season out at ABA.
If there are no questions, resolution number C06-173-25, resolution of the Pascua Yaqui Tribe authorizing a tribal enterprise division contract with Houston Productions, LLC, in excess of $300,000. Is there a motion?
Second.
Motion by Councilman Munoz, second by Vice Chairman Yucupicio. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion passes with the 8-count vote.
Thank you.
Good morning, council and community members. My name is Lisa Sesma, General Manager at Casino del Sol. This resolution is asking that we renew Tribal First insurance for the casino.
If there are no questions, resolution number C06-174-25, resolution of the Pascua Yaqui Tribe accepting Tribal First Alliance Specialty Insurance Services property insurance proposal for the tribe's Gaming and Tribal Enterprise Division and authorizing the Chief Executive Officer to contract and bind insurance with insurance companies identified within the proposal, including Liberty Mutual, the Hartford, Lloyd's of London, and Beasley Syndicate. Motion by Councilman Munoz, second by Councilman Flores. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion passes with the 8-count vote.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Tribal Council and members of the community. Amanda Lomaezva, Interim CEO for Casino del Sol. This next resolution, item Q, is for a professional services agreement with Baker Tilly, which is formerly Moss Adams, just for your information. It's to do the gaming enterprise and tribal enterprises 401k audit. It also includes a limited waiver of sovereign immunity just for the purposes of the document.
If there are no questions, resolution number C06-175-25, ordinance 51-25, resolution of the Pascua Yaqui tribe approving a professional services agreement with Baker Tilly US LLP to conduct a gaming enterprise division 401k plan audit for fiscal year 2024 and approving an ordinance authorizing a limited waiver of sovereign immunity.
Motion.
Motion by Vice Chairman Yucupicio, second by Councilman Munoz. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion passes with the 8-count vote.
Thank you. All right, this next one is to approve an international swap agreement. This is to hedge some of the casino's debt in the amount of 50% of it, limiting the risk. It also it also contains a waiver of sovereign immunity, a limited waiver. Thanks.
If there are no questions, resolution number C06-176-25, ordinance 52-25, resolution of the Pascua Yaqui tribe approving an international swaps and derivatives association, Inc., ISDA 2002 master agreement and terms of business for swap transactions with Wells Fargo Bank, NA, in relation to the amended and restated credit agreement among the Bank of America, NA, and administrative agent to LC issuer, the other lenders party thereto, and to the tribe, and authorizing an ordinance providing for a limited waiver of sovereign immunity. Is there a motion?
Second.
Motion by Councilman Munoz, second by Councilman Flores. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion passes with the 8-count vote.
Thank you, Tribal Council.
Good morning, Chairman, Tribal Council, and community. The next resolution is to purchase a 41-passenger bus for the senior center.
If there are no questions, resolution number C06-177-25, resolution of the Pascua Yaqui tribe approving a purchase order with Model 1 to purchase a bus for the tribe's senior services department in amount in excess of $100,000. Motion by Councilman Munoz, second by Councilwoman Alvarez Gomez. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion passes with the 8-count vote.
Thank you.
Hello again, I'm Tribal Council. This resolution is approving an amendment for a no-cost extension with first things first, the project period from July 1st, 2025 to June 30th, 2026.
If there are no questions, resolution number C06-178-25, resolution of the Pascua Yaqui tribe approving Amendment Number 1 to the Government Agreement GRA RC 024-25-1312-01 with the Arizona Early Childhood Development and Health Board, Pascua Yaqui Tribe Regional Partnership Council, First Things First, and accepting associated grant funds.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Munoz, second by Vice Chairman Yucupicio. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion passes with the 8-count vote.
Thank you, Council.
Good morning again, Chairman, Council, and Community. This next resolution is from the Finance Department, Risk Management Department. It is a insurance renewal that provides council options with respect to the deductibles for any claims made against any damages to tribal property. And so it's seeking your approval.
If no questions, resolution number C06-179-25, resolution of the Pascua Yaqui Tribe accepting Tribal First Alliance Underwriting Solutions property insurance proposal and authorizing the chairman to contract and bind insurance with insurance companies identified within the proposal, including Berkshire Hathaway, Specialty Insurance Company, Hartford Steam Boiler Inspection and Insurance Company, Lloyd's of London, Beasley Syndicate, Syndicates 2623-623, Iron Shore Specialty Insurance Company, and Lloyd's Beasley Syndicate 9779. Motion by Councilman Munoz, second by Councilwoman Alvarez Gomez. All in motion say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Motion passes with the 8-count vote.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. One thing we did forget to mention is the reason why we moved the council meeting up to 10 o'clock was basically to accommodate the GED graduation, which they're asking for some council to be there. So to accommodate that, we had to move the meeting up. So we do apologize if it caused any inconvenience. We'll try to keep it on schedule next time. But we'll move on to action item number 8, adjournment. Everybody in agreement, say aye.
Nay.
Muchas gracias. Te gusta, sí.
Just kidding. No quería ir. Quiero quedar. Muy bien.